set to collide with the debuting Zakery Powel. And Robin, I remember you and I had a conversation about this before. We have two inexperienced guys, but one guy now knows what it is to experience a professional mixed martial arts bout. The other simply does not.
Yes, and that can be a good thing and a bad thing for both guys. You see Brad Sullivan right here. He's the one you're pointing out. He's done this before. The problem with that is you actually know what you're in for. Right? Like, his opponent, Zach, you can imagine what it will be like. You can picture yourself flying through the air, landing the Verdum flying kick on Travis Brown, and everything goes wonderfully, and then the ring card girls take off their clothes and celebrate with you. In your imagination, all of these things are possible.
And then you get kicked in the head and you wake up.
Exactly. And Brad Sullivan, he had won his fight, but he got hit. He experienced the pressure, the stress, the fear, the anxiety, all of that. And now he's here experiencing it again, and he knows what he's in for. Whereas Zakery Powel, he could be married to a ring cart girl 20 minutes from now. It's all things are possible to him. At the same time, he doesn't carry in, as you're alluding to, he doesn't carry in that experience. So with that knowledge comes some comfort in some ways, or it comes some familiarity at the very least. All of these are novel experiences to him right now. So it is a big, one fight and zero fights, to your point, is a massive difference. It really is.
In the preparation for your first professional mixed martial arts bout, now I know all fighters are different, how close can you get to actually replicating the carnage that goes inside the cage?
Yeah, you don't take the same kind of impact, you don't deal with the same kind of anxieties, but you can simulate a lot of it, and really high-level camps and training groups will often do that.
Visualization.
And walk you right out to an octagon, and they'll have people booing you in your own gym, and they'll have you, the person you're training with push you really hard. They'll do the ring announcing. They'll have a ref there, so they'll try to simulate it, but nothing can really simulate it. This is a very unique and very special experience, and I'm excited for these guys that they're about to get it.
And right now, I'm sure an array of emotions going through their mind because they just want to get it done. We're in the cage. We just got to go.
I mean, we're here now, right? You've thought about it, you've dreamed about it, you've been worried about it, but we're here and it's happening.
And what about the ability to stay calm in a situation like this when you know, all right, we're going to get after it momentarily, but I got to stay relaxed.
Even from this view, you can see that Brad Sullivan is trying to relax, and Powell is pretty lit up, but we're going to see it happen now.
All right, we'll set it up to our ring announcer, Patrick Lono, to get this 155-pound bout started.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Quebec City and the TKO 44 prelims. Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue au centre Vidéotron et à la carte préliminaire de TKO 44. Our first bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Le premier combat de la soirée est prévu pour 3 rounds chez les poids légers. This bout proudly brought to you by Playground Poker. Ce combat est une présentation de Playground Poker. Your referee, votre arbitre, Monsieur Eric Philippot. Introducing first, fighting out of the silver corner. Wearing white trunks, he holds a submission victory in his lone professional bout. Tout d'abord, dans le coin argent, portant la culotte blanche, il compte une victoire obtenue par soumission à son seul combat professionnel. From Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, weighing 155.2 pounds, de Lower Sackville, Nouvelle-Écosse, pesant 155,2 livres, Bradley, the Savage Sullivan. And his opponent fighting out of the gold corner, wearing black trunks, he makes his pro debut this evening. Son adversaire dans le coin or, portant la culotte noire, il dispute ce soir son premier combat professionnel. From Cantley, Quebec, weighing 155 pounds, de Cantley, Québec, pesant 155 livres, Zakery Powel.
Support for the debuting Zakery Powel as we look at the matchup board between these two game individuals.
Powell is actually 5-2 or 5-3 as an amateur, and he's been fighting in amateur mixed martial arts in Quebec since he was 18 years old. So, I mean, he has been in. This is just very different now. The meaning is different.
Bradley Sullivan in the white shorts. Inside leg kick.
Sullivan stepped back. He stepped his front leg back, and that's what allowed Powell to get in. He'll lace that leg. It's a very common approach now. And he moves immediately to side control and crowds with his right thigh. Crowds the left hip.
A big takedown, head and arm choke, perhaps.
Deep, super deep, ear to tricep. Very hard to get out of this now, and I don't see him getting out.
And the tap is there. Powell gets it done quickly and in style.
We were talking about the meaning being different, and it is different. This is your pro record forever. There's no step above this. This isn't practice. This isn't warm-up. This isn't your amateur record. This is your pro record. This is now a professional mixed martial artist with a record of 1 win.
A guy like that come into his debut, calm, made great choices, and then executed. He saw an opening and executed.
So he goes lace and then watch. As he slams him, immediately crowds, and he'll step across to half guard on the other side, and from there slides it in. Sometimes when you're just really on top of your game, you see triangles and arm triangles everywhere you look, and that's where this kid was. Great, brilliant debut, professional debut from Zakery Powel. When your brain is turned on properly, right from the beginning, you just see those holes and those chances and those seams everywhere you look, and this kid's brain was turned on.
I don't like the fact that he's not too lit up right now. The fact that he gets this victory, probably been thinking about his professional debut for a long time. You get to fight in one of the great organizations in the world, and he's only 21. You imagine that he'd be so elated. But he seems very, very calm, and maybe that's a sign of the person and the athlete that he is, which means maybe a bright future.
Very much so. Our friends watching on UFC Fight Pass who are not from Canada, maybe you're not aware of just how much TKO means to Canadian fighters, to young Canadian fighters. You grow up, this is your goal. And to be able to come in here in your first pro fight and be a TKO fighter from fight number 1 with a 40-second head and arm triangle finish to start TKO 44, man, the feeling this kid is having right now, it's something you cannot see on his face, and many of us will be very fortunate if we get to experience it in our lives.
A big victory for Zakery Powell to be sent it up to Patrick Lono to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is stopped at 39 seconds of round number 1. Mesdames, Messieurs, ce combat est arrêté à 39 secondes du premier round. Your winner by submission to the head and arm triangle, le gagnant par soumission via étranglement, Zakery Powell.
A little smirk on the face of Zakery Powell. And as we're talking about, that means you get a victory here in TKO. You're on the right path.
Big time. That smirk was the smirk of someone that knows something we don't know.
That's it. You guys ain't seen nothing yet.
That's a brilliant start.
We're going to keep the action rolling here for TKO 44.